Hey everybody, my season kicks off this weekend out here at the Kings Cup in Kinston, North Carolina. I'm out here at Barnett Park. Just finished up my practice round. I'm just going to give you guys a quick look into what's in my bag for this 2021 season. Not much has changed as far as my putting putters, or putters, Jared Askew. Inside circle one, I'm still using that Photon Glow. It's pretty cold out, so I went with new ones for this tournament just to get a little more glide out of them. Absolutely love them. These won't be leaving my bag ever. Then for my circle 2 putts, my jump putts, I use the Pro D Banger GTs. They can handle a little bit more of that torque and that pop that a jump putt presents, and they give me that consistent, stable finish. Moving into my throwing putters, I have 2 roaches. I have the soft roach that's beating like crazy, super understable, and then I have this OG Jawbreaker blend that I got from Austin pretty much my first day on the team. And I put it in the bag, and even after it beats, it's still keeping a little bit straighter of a finish than this one does. My main throwers, pretty much anything under 230. If I'm throwing a backhand, it's going to be with one of these guys. One of the newer additions to my bag towards the end of last season, I'm finally becoming real comfortable with it, is the Z Ringer. This thing is basically like a Zone's little brother. It's a little slower and a little less stable. So for those shorter distances, it still gives you that nice, smooth zone flight, but without the skip that you'd get out of a zone. And then moving right into my zones. Got 3 of them in the bag. The first one is this 4-time Puck Lab Hulk stamped 4-time zone. Absolutely love this thing. Got this from my man Paige towards the end of last season. He knows I'm a big fan of the Hulk, so he sent this to me. Immediate staple in the bag. Gives me a nice stable finish, super overstable run of zone. And this gives me that nice ground play that the zone's known for. And then probably the most valuable disc in my bag right here is the soft zone. These things brand new, they fly just like your typical zone would. But then as they beat in, they just become straighter and straighter. They give you that nice gentle turn. Really become a lot more of a touch disc than what a zone typically is. And just allows me to hit a lot more lines than the overstability of a traditional zone would. Super grippy, feel great in the hand, and they don't get much ground play once they land. Moving into my mid-ranges, I only bag 3. If you see me play, I don't throw a ton of mid-ranges. I'm not very good at throwing mid-ranges. I have 2 buzzes, one really straight, one really overstable. This one made it into the bag just because it was the best day ever disc. Figured I had to put one of them in my bag. It's a Glow ESP run, a lot more overstable than your traditional buzz would be. The most understable disc in my bag is this super beat up Meteor. Great for flip up forehands, flip up turnover backhands. Really versatile disc. Almost time to put a new one in the bag because this thing is getting crazy flippy. And a part of my game I've kind of been developing towards the end of last season into this off season is that speed up from the mid-range. Something that's a little bit slower than an Undertaker. And for me, the ESP XL really filled a gap that I was really struggling with, because I was either having to like baby a surge, or I was having to throw my buzzes further than what I wanted to, putting too much torque on those and losing the accuracy. This XL is the perfect straight flat shot, flip up shot. It is becoming one of the most fun discs in my bag to throw, and I can't wait to throw it more and really learn this disc's full potential. Overstable Fairway Drivers. I have 3 Raptors. I have the Crystal Raptor, super overstable. Pretty much only throwing this if there's a crazy headwind or if I need a huge flare. These 2 really are equally my workhorses. This 19 Tour Series 1 starting to become really less stable than what a Raptor should be. It's still an overstable disc, but I get much more of a straight carry out of it before it has that consistent Raptor finish at the end. And then last year's 2020 Tour Series, these Raptors are everything I want a Raptor to be as far as the feel in the hand and just that stability right out of the box. Has that nice where it's going to go straight for a little bit, but as it hooks up, it's going to give a nice consistent carry forward on both forehands and backhands. If you can still find one of these, this is a must-have for any bag. Absolutely love this disc. My last fairway driver is this Avenger SS that I just got at my last tournament of 2020 from Kirk Yo. I said, hey, let me get the most beat up Avenger SS you have. He did not disappoint, gouges included. This thing is just crazy flippy, short distance rollers, long turnovers in the woods. More of a utility disc. I can go multiple rounds without throwing it, but when I need it, this one's here. And then the most underrated disc in the Discraft lineup is hands down the ESP Surge. It fills that slot between fairway driver and distance driver absolutely perfect. This newer run of the ESP Surge I got my stamp on, it's almost like force stability. It's really overstable for a Surge. For me, it fits the gap perfectly between a Raptor and a Force. Absolutely love this disc. This is one of the old school ESP Surges, super understable. I throw a ton of flip ups with it. Both of these discs, they don't get used a ton, but when I need them, absolutely glad I have them. And speaking of the Force, really my only super overstable distance driver is the Force. This thing is straight beefcake, great for big hyzers, great for skip shots. It's a staple in everyone's bag. If someone throws Discraft, it's rare not to see a Force in their bag. And then my distance drivers, when this disc came out, it was a game changer for me. The ESP Zeus this pink one right here is the MVP of any tournament I play in. I could not play any course without this disc. It's beat in perfectly where I have a nice straight finish, slight turnovers that just holds it, great flip up backhands. This is becoming the most thrown disc in my bag, and as it beats in, it just becomes more and more lovable. I can get some great angles with this disc. And then as I go up, this one, not as understable, but it's still beat in nicely. Gives me a little more stability of that one. And this one right here, if there's a slight headwind, it gives me that same flight that these two would on a calm day. Last two discs in my bag are both cranks, ESP cranks. This one, little mustache guy, super understable. It's impossible to throw this without it rolling, so I only use this for huge distance rollers. And then this one right here, this ESP crank, only time I can use it is if I have a tailwind, and this is when I'm going for like huge distance. This thing will flip up, over, and if there's no tailwind helping it, it'll just burn out. But with that tailwind, this disc will go a long ways. Thanks everybody for watching. Try to make that as quick as possible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share down below. Appreciate the support I've been getting from everybody. I'm excited for this tournament season to kick off the 2021 season this weekend at Kings Cup. And let's see what 2021 has in store for us.